Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh Saad Sangat Ji. In this video, we will be going through the Maryada of a Sahaj Path. A Sahaj Path is reading all Guru Granth Sahib from start to end, but as slowly as you would like. Whereas an Akhand Path Sahib is reading all the Guru Granth Sahib from start to end, but within the time frame of 48 hours. In this video, we will be going through the Maryada of a Sahaj Path, the importance of a Sahaj Path, tips to keep in mind when reading for your Sahaj Path, and the history of the very first Jyoti Jyot Sahaj Paths completed. So let's start with the history. The very first Jyoti Jyot Sahaj Path was actually completed for Shahidante Sartar Dhan Dhan Sadguru Sri Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj. This was completed under the hukam of Sri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji. The seva was done by Baba Buddha Sahib Ji. The entire Sangha listened to this Sahaj Path with complete prem and vairag. Sadguru prem mein vismad hoye, budhe payo bhog, rag mala pad prem so Guru Granth Ji jog. So once the Sahaj Path was completed, Baba Buddha Sahib Ji did the bhog. While completing the bhog, Bhai Sahib Bhai Gurdas Sahib Ji was doing Chaur Sahib. When it was time to do Ardas, Bhai Sahib went to go do Chaur Sahib, went to go do Ardas, and Baba Buddha Sahib Ji began to do Chaur Sahib. After this, Guru Sahib had a great divan happen, where they called the greatest Kirtanis, Kathavachakas, Divara, and Kavishris. Guru Sahib also gave Baba Buddha Sahib Ji gifts. They gave them beautiful busters, they gave them 500 gold coins, they gave them 1 elephant and 5 horses. Guru Sahib was showing us the Rath Maryada of Sahaj Path. Although Baba Buddha Sahib Ji was very santokhi, they were happy with what they had, Guru Sahib was showing us that a Gursikh that completes a Sahaj Path is gifted everything and anything, whether that be gold or horses or elephants or clothing. Guru Sahib was showing us that when we were doing a Sahaj Path book, somebody should always be doing Chaur Sahib, like Baba Buddha Sahib Ji and Bhai Gurdas Sahib Ji were doing. And that after a bhog, there should be a great divan with katha and kirtan. So that was the very first Jyoti Jyot Sahaj Path. The second Jyoti Jyot Sahaj Path was completed for Mata Ganga Ji, who were Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji's wife. This was there when they went to Sachkhand. They went to Sachkhand in the month of Hard in 1685. And again, Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji was the one who gave the hukam to Aram the Sahaj Path. And they had Bhai Sahib Bhai Gurdas Sahib Ji complete their seva. The third Jyoti Jyot Sahaj Path was actually completed for Baba Buddha Sahib Ji. Now, when Baba Buddha Sahib Ji was nearing to the end of their life, they had asked Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji to come meet them. Guru Sahib had so much pyar for their Gursikhs, like Baba Buddha Sahib Ji, that they didn't even wait a second. They went running in a moment so that they could fulfill all the wishes of their Gursikhs, like Baba Buddha Sahib Ji. Baba Buddha Sahib Ji's last wish was to have darshan of their Guru, and then they would, with complete content, leave their body and go to Sachkhand. So Baba Buddha Sahib Ji went to Sachkhand in the year of 1688. Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji again arranged another Sahaj Path for Baba Buddha Sahib Ji, and actually had Baba Buddha Sahib Ji's son Mahapurkh Bhai Panne Ji complete the Sahaj Path as Sri Akal Takht Sahib. And at the end of the bhog, Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji gave Baba Buddha Sahib Ji's son a beautiful dastar. Now the fourth Jyoti Jyot Sahaj Path was completed for Bhai Sahib Bhai Gurdas Sahib Ji. Now when Bhai Sahib Bhai Gurdas Sahib Ji was near to their end of their life, they travelled all the way from Sri Jorda Sahib to Sri Goindwal Sahib to have darshan of Guru Sahib for the last time, as their last wish was to also have darshan of their Guru. Bhai Sahib Bhai Gurdas Sahib Ji said that Guru Sahib, when I pass away, take my ashes and throw them into the river Beas. Son benti Gurudas sunai, pran ant meh bil na kai. Guru Sahib was so happy and proud of Bhai Gurdas Sahib Ji's renunciation that they blessed him with the word that Tera naam sada hi is duniya te rahega, that we will remember your name forever and ever and ever. And that's true, because to this day we still read Bhai Gurdas Sahib Ji's Bani. Now Guru Sahib again gave the hukam to Baba Bidhi Chand Ji to complete the Sahaj Path for Bhai Sahib Bhai Gurdas Sahib Ji, and this was also completed at Sri Akal Takht Sahib. Now Bhagat Jaswant Singh Ji tells us that we should do namaskara to these Gursikhs, like Mata Ganga Ji, like Bhai Sahib Bhai Gurdas Sahib Ji, like Baba Buddha Sahib Ji, as they were the very first Gursikhs who had Sahaj Paths completed for them. We should always do namaskara to them. And it was Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji who gave the hukam to have the very first Jyoti Jyot Sahaj Paths completed. Now let's go to the importance of a Sahaj Path. Guru Sahib says, Sahaj Sahaj Khalayega Nahi Karta Alakan. So again, a Sahaj Path is reading all of Guru Granth Sahib Ji from start to end, but as slow as you would like. There's no time frame. So that could mean reading 10 angs a day and completing a Sahaj Path in 5 to 6 months, or reading 2 hours a day and completing a Sahaj Path in 1 month. As Gursikhs, we should be aiming to read as many Sahaj Paths as possible. Vade Mahapur, so Sant Guru Bachan Singh Ji, Khasa Pindrawale, actually completed 500 Sahaj Paths before even going to meet Sant Sundar Singh Ji. And this is because the more and more Sahaj Paths we read, the more our desires to get praise or to slander people, our grief, our sorrow, all of these pleasures, all of these pain, they just vanish. Sahaja Joop, Sahaja Hi Japana. So we should be reading as many Sahaj Paths as possible. Sahaj Paths are done for a variety of reasons. Gursikhs will read them if something great had happened in their life. So we could say like you passed an exam, or you got into university, you got the job. A lot of Gursikhs will read a Sahaj Path as a sign of thank you to Guru Sahib. Vice versa, if something bad happens in your life, like maybe you lost a job or you didn't get into university, so then Gursikhs will read that Sahaj Path to get rid of all that pain that they're having. Gursikh parents are also told to read a Sahaj Path when they're expecting a child. So when Sant Baba Sundar Singh Ji was in their mother's womb, their father, Sant Baba Khajan Singh Ji, completed an entire Sahaj Path and had their mother present for the entire Sahaj Path. This had a great impact on Sant Sundar Singh Ji's Jeevan. As Gursikh parents, as many Sahaj Paths should be completed for the child, so that the child can also live in a Gursikhi life, and their Jeevan can also become like a Bhagat. Now we can see how important Sahaj Paths are. In Dadmi Taksal, Vade Mahapur had the Singhs always have 2 Sahaj Paths going. So this was because if one day they had completed one of their Sahaj Paths, they didn't even want to wait a few hours for the next Divan, so that they would have to start the next Sahaj Path. What they did was they had 2 Sahaj Paths, so they completed one and right away they started their next Sahaj Path, so they didn't even have to wait for the next Divan. That's how much prem, so much kit they had to reading their Sahaj Paths and reading Bani as much as possible. Vade Mahapur told all their Singhs to read as many Sahaj Paths as possible. They even told Mata Gurdeep Kaur from Sarhari Wale to read 101 Sahaj Paths, which she had done. So now that we've talked about the history of a Sahaj Path and we've talked about the importance of a Sahaj Path, let's go through some tips of when you actually read your Sahaj Path. So one thing is, out of the Sadkar, lots of Gursikhs, when they're reading for their Sahaj Path, they'll actually have a cloth. Usually it's made out of malma, like a soft kapda. And they'll very softly clean Guru Sahib's angs, making sure that if you don't press with pressure, because if this is a Hatlikat Swarup, then you could potentially spread the ink. So lots of Gursikhs will softly clean Guru Sahib's angs as they're reading. Another thing Gursikhs do is when they're reading is they'll cover their mouth just to make sure that they don't spit on this rule. Bhagat Jaswant Singh Ji and many other Singhs in Dandamir Taksal say that you should even cover your mouth when just talking to people, as it prevents the spreading of infection, diseases, or germs. When reading for your Sahaj Path, you should always take the ang from the top right when going forward, and when going backwards, take it from the bottom left. This is because the more and more we read for Sahaj Paths, we tend to move the angs. And this, if we move the angs from anywhere and everywhere, we could actually tear the angs. So this method of taking from the top right, bottom left, this prevents any potential tearing of the angs, and this is why we do it this way. Out of experience, lots of Gursikhs also say when reading for your Sahaj Path, especially in the hotter climates, be careful of where you place the fan, because if you place it right in front of Guru Sahib, whether it be Guru Sahib's Swarup or Sentiya, what could happen is the wind can quickly flip the angs, potentially again tearing the angs. So be careful about that. Now, we're very, very fortunate to be lucky enough to be blessed to be able to read Gurbani. But we should be reading Gurbani as perfectly and as shuddh as possible. Guru Sahib and Gurbani are the exact same thing. Bani Guru, Guru hai Bani. Veche Bani, Amrito Sare. We shouldn't forget one laga matra. Just like a farmer is going to sow the best seeds to obtain the best crops, Gursikhs want to read as shuddh as possible so that they can obtain the greatest khushi from Akal Purkh Waheguru, from Guru Sahib. Guru Sahib also didn't make any mistakes when they wrote Gurbani. Pure ka kiya, sabo ke chho pura, kaate vade ke chho nahi. They didn't forget a laga matra here or there. They wrote it perfectly. And so as their Gursikhs, we shouldn't change anything and forget one laga matra at all. We don't want to even cut one of their angs, because when we miss a laga matra, it's like cutting Guru Sahib's angs. Now, one way that we can actually fix this is by having Gurbani Sandhya. Bhagat Jaswant Singh Ji recorded all of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji from beginning to end very, very slowly. And they read with all the laga matra. This can be accessed through their app Learn Shuddh Gurbani or through their website gursevak.com. So you can read along with them quietly and after them while you play their tape. So another thing is, when reading for your Sahaj Path, there is usually a border on the Senchi or on Guru Granth Sahib Swaroop. When putting your hands on Guru Sahib's Swaroop, you should always put them on the outside of this border, not actually on Gurbani. And this is because our hands have natural oils on them. If we put them on the angs, then we are slowly going to start damaging the angs, actual paper. And so as Gursikhs, as a sign of Satkar, we always want to touch outside of that border, never leaving our hands on the Swaroop, and when absolutely needed to, when you need to flip the angs, only touching from the outside of the borders. When reading for your Sahaj Path, if you don't have access to Sri Guru Granth Sahib, you can actually aramb a Sahaj Path with 2 sentiyan. This would mean that you put Senchi 1 and Senchi 2 on top of each other, but you treat them with the exact same respect you have for Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So that would mean putting it on a manji, having a jandoa side. The exact same respect you have for Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji is what you would do when you have both the sentiyan together. Now this is only if you do not have access to Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. We should try to do aramb and bhog of our Sahaj Paths with Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji's Swaroop as much as possible. The difference is when you're doing the aramb or the bhog of a Sahaj Path with 2 sentiyan, you would take the Hukamnama for the aramb from the first senchi, and then you would take the Hukamnama for the bhog in the second senchi. Another thing is, when reading for your Sahaj Path, you should be as clean as possible. Before even going to sit on Rawl, every Gursikh should be doing Panjish Nana. So that means washing your face, your hands, and your feet. Now, for Sahaj Paths, there's a little difference between an Akhand Path Sahib and a Sahaj Path Maryada. One of them is Deg. So Deg only needs to be present for the Aramb and the Bhog. It doesn't have to be present for Mad. So it's all up to your own Shraddha if you want to make it for Mad or not. It's not like part of Maryada to do that. When you're bringing in Deg, it shouldn't be too hot, right? So let it cool down. And you should read all of Jali Paudhiyan Anand Sahib for Deg in Guru Sahib's Hazuri. When reading for your Sahaj Path, you should read it out loud. It may not seem like somebody is present there, but when you read Gurbani out loud, even those tiny little insects or little bugs or like little micro anything, what are they called? Microorganisms? Yeah, microorganisms. If they're present, even they will become pavitra. So read Gurbani out loud as much as possible, because you have no idea who's listening and who can also be affected by Amrit Gurbani. So let's go to the Sahaj Path Maryada. The Maryada for Sahaj Path is actually quite simple and very similar to an Akhand Path Sahib Maryada. So before actually starting to read, you have to do the Ardas. In this Ardas, you would say something like, Hey Sache Pasha Ji, Aap Ji di Kirpal Tana Gursevak. This is where you would say your name, and then you would say, Ek Siri Sahaj Path Ji de Ram di Ardas hai. You would also ask Guru Sahib to make sure you don't make any mistakes. So, Aap Ji di Kirpal Tana Shuddh te Spasht Seva te Pani Baksho Ji. So reading as Shuddh as possible. After this, you're going to take Hukamnama Sahib and then start to read the first 5 Paudhiyan Sri Japji Sahib. After you've read the 5 Paudhiyan Japji Sahib, then you can give out Deg to all of the Sangat. Again, making sure that the Deg is not too hot before even doing Bhog. Now, for a Sahaj Path, you don't have to do Ardas and like get Deg again for Mad. And Mad is on Ang 705 for the Shabad Ade Purana, Made Purana. But again, this is all up to your own Shraddha. If you would want to make Deg and if you want to do Ardas for Mad, you can. It's not a problem. So once you reach Bhog, which is when you start reading Slok Mahalla Nava and Rag Mala, before you've actually started reading Slok Mahalla Nava, Deg should be present in Guru Sahib's Hazuri, and Jali Paudhiyan Anand Sahib should already be done and read. Once Deg is present and is cooled down and Jali Paudhiyan Anand Sahib is done, then you can start reading Slok Mahalla Nava and Rag Mala. For a Sahaj Path, you can say Fateh after reading Rag Mala. And after you say Fateh, you start 5 Paudhiyan Sri Japji Sahib, and then you read the Slok of Sri Japji Sahib, as well as 6 Paudhiyan Anand Sahib. The difference between Akhand Path Sahib is that you wouldn't say a Fateh at the end of Rag Mala, and you would read all of Sri Japji Sahib before doing Ardas. So now that you've read the Slok of Sri Japji Sahib and 6 Paudhiyan Anand Sahib, you can do Ardas and then thank Guru Sahib for letting you complete an entire Sahaj Path. And then you can again give out the Deg and do Bhog and everything. Now, Another thing lots of Gursikhs do out of sign of Satkar for Guru Sahib, that they even get to do a Sahaj Path. They always give Guru Sahib Maya, so they give them money at the end of a Sahaj Path, and they give Guru Sahib beautiful new bastars and like Ramala Sahib. So that's the Sahaj Path Maryada. So in this video, we discussed the history of a Sahaj Path, we discussed the importance of reading a Sahaj Path, we discussed some tips to keep in mind when reading for a Sahaj Path, and the actual Maryada of a Sahaj Path. Das and Das had made so many mistakes. Sada sada eh bhulan har, nanak rakhan har apar. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।